Excuse me,
do you need a
asthma.
moment? Do you need a moment, sir?
Go.
Asthma and delirium. Okay, guys, we got Liquid up against Nihilum. It's going to be Overpass.
Boom.
As well. And it's going to be the choice of Liquid. Why did you throw the grenade?
I don't know.
In an angry fashion. How do neither of you catch that ball?
I wasn't looking at the
We're
ball.
amazing.
I was looking at the camera. Production values, Dan.
I am shocked for more reasons than one. This is hard to get things back on track, but I'll try. Okay, so Overpass, Liquid, and Nihilum. From what we've seen, we've seen 2 Nihilum matches already today. So we've learned a lot about them. We already knew quite a bit about them. We've seen them with desi. Definitely added more fragging power. Desi had a very good... do you want to say something, James?
I'm just trying not to laugh. I'm squeezed.
It was the mouth trumpet. Good old mouth trumpet. Okay, so you guys think that...
Odds!
80 to 20%. I think that's pretty fair. I feel Liquid are a pretty decent Overpass team. They've done a lot of their homework here. And it is a map where you get loads of edges from extra work.
I can't do it.
Anything will set him off right now.
Yeah, we just destroyed him before or during the break.
Yeah. Alright, so give me your impressions here.
On Overpass?
Yeah.
In general, or...
About this match on Overpass we're going to see.
Liquid Nihilum. Well, it's... if Nihilum just keeps up the more picking style, I think it's going to be quite difficult.
He's playing with buttons now. He's lost it. Continue.
Yeah, well, as I said, you cannot really go for the straight-up picking style LC on Overpass, because you really need to, like, get onto the actual side. How could I keep doing this, even if this is happening?
Keep
yeah,
going.
because...
I don't know what's going on anymore.
It's the mouth trumpet. Kill you.
Yeah, I'm done.
Keep going. Keep going.
I'm done.
You're onto something.
Yeah, well, it's really tough to get onto the actual site if you do not have an actual smoke execute.
Just cut
This
my
is
mic.
like-
I can't talk. I'm crying.
You're the worst co-casters ever. Continue to have your analysis, Björn. And you're just looking at me laughing. It's fucking terrible.
Wow. What a way to emphasize it there.
Boom! F-bomb.
Threat.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm from Sweden. I can be excused.
Alright, I have no idea about any of your analysis. We're about to start the match, guys. We can only hope. One can only hope that Counter-Strike can help sober the mind, body and spirit.
I don't think my throat can take this. For asthma reasons.
It'd be a good way to die, though.
I'm not actually joking.
Oh, right.
I might have to tag out that. Threat's mouth trumpet was just too much.
Okay. Alright. We got the pistol round between Liquid and Nihilum. So we are looking at that really quick.
Okay, no, I'm done. I can't do this. Threat cast in Swedish.
No. No.
What do you mean no? We pay you. You have to do it.
Nice entry there from
Alright, so EliGE has gone down. flowsicK down as well. adreN's got 1 frag back for the CT side. But anyway, man, disadvantage. Make that 2 as desi pushes all the way through and takes real estate that used to belong to Liquid. adreN though with 2 important frags, finding the flank, but there's another flank from Hiko, and he will find the frag. SEMPHIS coming in to finish off the final player, and Nihilum win the pistol.
You transferred it to me now. Alright, back in the room. Back in the studio. Alright guys, so Liquid are going to go for the force-up. We've talked about this at length previously, force-ups and so on. And this is actually a map where it can work out for the CTs. You can make a much stronger argument for it than some of the other maps, I think, as far as CT-sided force buys go. So we have the scout on adreN, and we'll have to see whether he can use this effectively. He's actually towards A long, so he might actually get some action here. There's a lot of players coming his way, although a few of them are going to split off towards party. So just checking the quick aggressions, and they're going to spill out towards A long, and adreN's going to have to force himself back quickly. He's going to get the headshot onto desi straight away. Really nicely done there by adreN. And that's going to give his teammates a lot of info. And they're pushing up connector as well. So Liquid have a really good chance to win this round at the moment. They've got the flank going on as well. This is actually looking really impressive from them. But they are going to have to hit the shots here. We get a close range engagement coming up towards toilets as SEMPHIS goes in. EliGE is going to get the kill as well to bust the bomb down. And valens is the last man standing, 1-on-3. And he's looking at a really hard situation here. He's got CTs all over the place. They have control of the bomb. He's got 40 seconds left, and they will survive with 3 players. That's a really, really good force up there from Liquids.
Yeah, it's key to get that enter frag with the scout. This is, as we talked about earlier today, one of the easier maps to win the second round force buy as CT on. Especially because you can abuse the scout on long, you can jump behind the bank truck. Also, you can go aggressive with the C setting connector. There's a lot of positions where you can actually like abuse the cheap weapons.
Yeah, and it's the standard reaction. Did Nihilum full force? This isn't a full force, is it? Did they do a half buy here? Yeah, they kind of went for a half buy here. This is a spot where Liquid's economy is quite weak, and they have not the best loadout either. They got an MP9 and a scout still in the mix, so this could have been a good spot for a force. I mean, what would you say about that threat? Is this like a should they have done a force here or?
Well, it's kind of a hard position since right now they know that Liquid will have a lot of weapons, but I still probably would have gone for the force buy and just maybe gone for the B execute. Depends how many nades they could have been able to buy.
I mean, Liquid should stand to make a lot of bank here. adreN's going to pick up a headshot there on the penetration kill, so well done here. I mean, a good start from Liquids, and they're using the grenades super well to actually fight back these T's, and they're looking at getting a clean one here. If not for the Hoag of sancz, it should be a clean round. Perhaps from Hiko there, but he's got no Kevlar, so these tags have been very annoying. And the round will be won there, so 2-1 for Liquid, building up a lot of extra bank there. As Nihilum then, I mean, it only makes sense for them to go for the half buy again now. Or, okay, they're going to force it up actually, despite not having enough for the full rifles. So it's kind of weird that they... I'm not sure.
Yeah, going for a... This is a force buy, but it's still a half buy.
Yeah.
And look at this, FugLy with all the information. And we actually have a guy, is he AFK? He has the bomb still in spawn. Went back to buy.
Well, yeah, like he didn't get any Kevlar. I wonder if he actually drops the AK. Oh, we're going to have Nitro with a flank there. This is, again, a really good position from Liquid. They've managed to constrict Nihilum into the sewers area. So before Nihilum could even think about making a play, Liquid players are all over them. And we have flowsicK able to take down Hiko there. So Nihilum fighting back pretty well from this position. Kind of like an animal backed into a corner is when it's most scary.
Well, like a hamster.
It's most deadly. Well, our hamsters tend not to be too fit. Hamsters tend to just die from fear. Back into a corner.
That's terrible.
You know that's actually true, right?
Oh, in thunderstorms and stuff, they all die, yeah. Well, not all of them.
Not all of them. That's
but a fair amount.
It's pretty amazing that they've survived if all of them died.
Right, so sancz has taken down EliGE, leaving only Nitro and adreN to hold things down. Nitro has the angle on the plant and has the angle on sancz as well. He can take it easy now as adreN has the flank, but he should have been heard in the water. Nonetheless, he will find the frag onto valens. I have a friend who used to keep loads of gerbils and stuff, and loads of them would always die when there were thunderstorms.
Specifically during thunderstorms.
Yeah, but like it's the sound of the thunder which makes them. It gives them heart attacks.
Like if you
from fear.
If you jump out from behind a corner and scream, then they'll likely drop dead.
Really? Is that what you did in your spare time in your childhood?
It's an interesting hobby. So we have the pistols up from Nihilum again. So again in like weird buy positions again. I don't think we've seen like a proper sort of buy situation out of Nihilum, and they could have afforded to do it one at least, but they chose to go for these kind of half buys and then a force up. So now they're in another kind of half buy. So Liquid are getting a lot of opportunities here to build a lot of bank. And so far, it's looking pretty good for them. They've lost a single player in this round. Liquid are definitely asserting themselves well on the map. We can see that they're already rotated out of B into potential flanking positions, and they should be able to spill over onto the Nihilum push before it really can get the bomb down. So this looks really good again for Liquid. They look really on point at the moment, but against the kinds of buys that Nihilum have been throwing at them, it's somewhat of an expected result, I think.
These Deagles rattling off will cause a 3-man flank from the CTs. Not every day you see this. Hiko's going to be in for a nasty surprise once that smoke disappears, and it might not even be needed. The nade's going to come in and finish off the job. EliGE taking the frag there.
Yeah, and only one guy going down there for Liquid. So finally, they can build a little bit bigger of a bank. And still not that great of an economy on Liquid, actually.
Yeah, and Nihilum have a good buy for once. So I'm really curious to see how this buy is going to turn out, like what their strategy will be with it, what kind of default they're going to go for. The bomb is actually going a lone monster at the moment, which is fairly committed. Absolutely, and we'll have Nihilum slowly pushing toilets. It's always about the trade game when it comes to pushing A. You got to have a lot of situations where you can get kills and openers onto the CTs, and it's going to be actually EliGE that gets dropped by SEMPHIS straight away. So looks like Liquids are going to be having some issues here early on into the round, as they if Nihilum just play a good trade game now. I mean, Liquid are kind of forced back onto the sides really in most cases.
adreN might have actually got a frag there, but that flash came in, forced him to queue to his knife and get out of there just as the player appeared. But on the second attempt, SEMPHIS will fall to the AWP of adreN. It's not easy to find those shots, but when you have a crab walk, it'll be a little bit easier to land.
I like this from Nihilum though. They're just going straight for the B push. They realize, okay, you know, SEMPHIS did die on A long, but they still have a good situation to get a quick 4 versus 2. Good, really good nade usage here from the CTs. This is really important to buy extra time, and adreN's going to get the flick there onto desi as well. So they need to get that bomb planted, but it's hard to do so unless the site is actually clean of players. And Nitro's going to start already by taking down sancz over by short, so they can't get the bomb down. They can't even get any frags done. Very well played by Liquid, to be honest.
Yeah, adreN getting 3 kills after they lost the first guy, so impressive stuff there from adreN. And maybe Nihilum should have played the numbers a bit better after they got the entry kill, instead of... I don't know, they did kind of a weird late push towards long where adreN got the first entry kill, or the first op kills. I don't know really what they tried to do.
I like how adreN changed up his CT, his AWPing angles for the last 2 kills from the balcony area as well. Rather than facing the balcony, his first one was from the middle of the stairs, which was a very nice angle indeed. And change things up again for the final frag there. flowsicK getting the first frag of round 7, taking down Hiko through the monster area. And again, Hiko being the B lurker will be a lack of information for Nihilum now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot for Nihilum, to be honest, because they've actually managed to force Liquid back pretty much all the way. The only issue is that the bomb is down. Now someone needs to pick that one up, and they should really try to clear this player out as close to the toilets. And they can still go back as well to sewers. There's actually still 45 seconds left on the clock, but Liquid have turned almost their full attention towards this A bomb site. Correctly so, as they've managed to get the defense in, taking down 2 players for so far only the cost of 1 is a really good situation for Liquid. And the bomb is making its way up A long, so at this point it's committed to that A push. And can Nihilum get it done? They don't have much in the way of grenades left. There's one more smoke on SEMPHIS. He'll go down before he can even toss in the smoke. So they have to play the open angel game, and it's going to be very much in favor of Liquid. They only lose a single player, and they are looking very dominant here, I must say.
Yeah, Nihilum, they have to go for an eco, I was just going to say. They can't buy with this. desi, I think desi bought and his teammates are saying to him, oh, we're gonna eco, and now they have to buy.
Yeah, he's committed them.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake from desi. Maybe he just accidentally pressed his buy script button or something.
I think this is one of the more difficult maps to play without nades on the T side. Like, especially towards B, it's really kind of horrible, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you can't even do it against CTs with money towards B. That is very true. And even against the CTs on A, they can use their nades so well to like slow you down and stop you and flash you and smoke you off and slow you down with the incendiaries. That is, yeah, you need nades. You made a really good point there. And
yeah, this is a bit of a disaster.
If not nades, you need to be able to try to match them on the picking somehow. So you kind of need to be able to get an AWP, like glass cannon or something. But at the same time, that's of course very risky and
with the new op as well, it's
hard,
it's really difficult to be the one at a disadvantage trying to find an angle.
SEMPHIS has gone Metal Gear Solid mode here. He's just managing to get himself behind these CTs, but they know where he is now, and adreN will quickly turn his attention to him. Get another 3k. adreN has been fragging a lot. He's got 13 kills already, so he's doing very well with his AWP.
And they're buying again.
Oh dear.
Are we looking at 12-3 half?
If they keep buying like this, we're looking at 14-1, 13-2. I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, 2 smokes, 3 flashes. Now, even a fast execute is possible, but they need to get they need to rely on just hitting strong entries. Liquid now have the call. We'll see the A long players just immediately rotate. So Liquids have a very strong idea, a strong picture of what's going on. If Liquid had connector control, if they'd played like the 2 players from long instead of long onto connector, this would be a really hard round for Nihilum. But because connector is still open, they actually aren't. It's not as bad as it could be.
They basically have control of it in terms of rotations from Nihilum. The only saving grace of Nihilum here, if they don't open up the B bomb site, is SEMPHIS' position, I believe, at the T end of connector, which keeps the rotation open through the kind of playground position if they want it. But here it comes, and the trades are going to go somehow in the way of Nihilum and allow them to get onto half the site, but FugLy still holding things down from the back. And we may not see a plant just yet. EliGE with an important position goes down in the water. Another trade coming in via a grenade. SEMPHIS now forced to come in as the bomb's been left in the tunnel. And it could be Hiko just left here as FugLy's down to 12 HP, stuck in the water with no support from his teammate who's on the wrong side of a smoke.
Yeah, the time is actually a huge issue at this point. So a really huge issue. There's 15 seconds to plant the bomb. It is down in the sewers, and Nitro just has to play this smart. Now 10 seconds, 9, 8,
this is
7,
gonna be very tight.
6, 5.
No,
no, too late, too late. Yeah, you need 3.5 seconds. So very well done by Nitro there.
I think I said Hiko instead of Nitro earlier, but I meant Nitro.
Their money is pretty sick as well, and yeah, I mean, the thing is, even in that round, they had a very lucky headshot through the smoke on a random spray, and on top of that, they played a straight up trade game, and they still ended up losing that round.
I was just gonna say it doesn't get better than that when you get that second kill through the smoke.
Yeah.
Then you have a really good opening to win a round due to a bit of luck, to be honest. But still, they couldn't manage to win that round. 8-1 and didn't get the plant, but they are gonna opt to buy once again.
Yeah, maybe feeling like they had to after those other players survived with the guns. They're going to buy around them or do what they can. But again, they're going to be distinctly lacking here. Just a few flashbangs, 1 Molotov, and you can't imagine there's any plan around these grenades either.
Yeah, that's really the big issue for me, like watching this as well, is that there's definitely a lacking routine when it comes to the grenades and how to use them. That said, Liquid aren't playing a style where they want to take sewers very quickly. That happens with a lot of teams in Europe at the moment, and the way that the T's counter it. I mean, you see Cloud9 actually doing this. Cloud9 had the Molotov that nothing was throwing. That goes onto the ramp at short, so that when the CTs smoke off from spawn as the tunnel, you can actually counter that as the T's. But we'll have the push from Nihilum anyway. They're going to play the trade game. They're going to get the entry as well. So again, they just have to hit the shots with a play like this. You've got to have the superior individual skill and win those raw aim challenges. And so far, they've picked up 2 kills. EliGE is incredibly low. So this looks really good. But it's hard to hold on to this bomb site. It's a 3-on-3. Let's see if Nihilum can get it done.
So SEMPHIS with a nice angle there to take down EliGE. Nitro coming in for the trade. 2 versus 2. A quick tap there, and sancz will fall soon afterwards as well. Now it's just a case of identifying where the last player might be. Nitro trying to hold the angle there. adreN unable to save him. Comes in for the desperation play. But Hiko will take the second round. Only the second round on the board here for Nihilum. 8-2, and desi has left the building. Hopefully soon to return. I'm told he had a power cut.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Power cuts are not good.
Yeah, because it depends on. I guess impossible to say. Like I remember, when I used to live in the countryside. Sometimes we would have power cuts, and you wouldn't know. It could be an hour, could be like 5 hours, could be 2 days.
A year.
You don't actually know. A year. No, no, not quite a year.
You know, in the countryside in the UK recently, I think 4 people were hit by lightning in one night.
Hit by lightning.
Yeah, 2 of them died, and the other 2 somehow survived.
Now
but they're in hospital.
superpowers.
Now they're all Raiden.
Yeah, they're all
Raiden.
red.
They're all
Just
Raiden.
appeared with a hat on
The
their
hat,
heads
yeah, I was
and-
just gonna say.
Nice.
Yeah, but no, people died. It's not good.
quite
I remember once in London, actually, for those of you who've been here before in Hyde Park, there were these 2 Japanese tourists, and there was a big storm, and they went under a tree to avoid all the rain and stuff, and the tree got hit by lightning, and it killed them.
That is somewhat ironic.
It's kind of
So it's just unlucky as you could possibly be. That was in Hyde Park.
Mm. In Sweden, I remember when I went there for the first time, I was walking around, and I looked up, and I was on the streets of Stockholm, and I saw all the icicles, like the huge icicles that just dangling off all the buildings, and I'm like, this is pretty dangerous, actually. And I heard that people die every year from just icicles randomly falling off buildings and just impaling people.
Icicle impalement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just being
well,
eviscerated by an icicle.
I think it's like 1 per year, if you like spread them out over all the years. So they have like people going around just picking down the icicles. Because
Why don't they design the buildings differently?
To defy gravity.
But you need the what's it called to remove water from the roof, and they get stuck on those.
Oh, the drainage.
Oh, the
Gutter-
drainage,
gutters.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
guess there's not much you can do about that. Unless you shape them. I reckon I could solve it.
Yeah.
I could solve it. You know why? Because I'm a beast. That's why.
You can call Sweden.
Hello?
What's
them.
the
Is
what's
this
the number?
Sweden?
Number.
I'll call him right now.
Hello,
Hello,
is this
Sweden.
Sweden?
I'm here to fix your icicle problem. My name's James. I
Nice.
dropped my phone today, so my screen is cracked. Can you see that? Look at that.
Look at this.
Look at that. That's not good.
It's
gonna
brand
be
new as
expensive.
well. It's brand new.
It's gonna be expensive, man.
It's fun how that works. Usually you can drop it 1,000,000 times from like 5 meters. Just drop it to the ground, and then you drop it like this
Yeah.
much, and it just breaks.
In fairness, I dropped it on completely bare concrete, face down. So like that was the only thing that was ever going to happen.
The only outcome. All right.
I've never done that before.
Well, I am curious what the situation would be with desi in the power cut, because like I said, if it's a power cut,
I'll tell you what the situation is, Dan.
Oh,
He
is it?
requires power.
Yeah, but when
Yeah, because
Will
you have
power
to
be
start the
restored?
computer. To
it's
get
got
his power back.
it's got it back. Nice. His powers have been returned.
yeah, so we can start his computer, start CS, play the game.
I cut someone's power once because the thing was outside their house. So I turned everything off.
They had it on the outside.
You
Yeah.
hooligan.
Like in a
That sounds super weird.
yeah, it is weird. It's probably still there now as well.
That's so stupid.
So I decided to turn it off.
I just see this like
I turned it back
big
on again.
lever outside a building. It's like says power.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole building. I haven't
Oh.
gone that far, but it was just one apartment.
That's even worse. So you got like a control.
Yeah.
There was like a breaker or something for all the power.
It's like because you get these
I've always
generic kind of cupboards for utilities, right?
Yeah.
That have a square key,
Yeah.
basically, so you could open it with anything.
That's the best kind of lock.
And
It's just could open
yeah.
it with anything. It's amazing.
and just turn everything off.
Why would you do that?
I used to hang around with bad people,
You're
when I
a
was a kid.
beast.
But then I grew up a bit and I said, I'm going to disassociate with all these meatheads. And then, yeah.
Then you became James, the beast.
What happened to the meatheads?
Jail, mostly. Basically. Literally. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think one of them was sent to jail recently as well. We'll just leave that there, shall we? I'm not going to jail anytime soon.
How can we be sure you're turning people's power off?
Oh, that was just allegedly. This is all fictional
No, you're like allegedly.
You know, Joan Rivers had a show once. She's dead now. She had a show once where like every joke every joke she wrote, she said allegedly. It was actually quite funny. I used to like some of her comedy, but now it's no more. I think she died this year actually.
No.
Yeah.
Must be another year.
Why can't it be this year, Dan?
It can't be this year.
It can't be this year. It must be another year.
It's too recent.
I think it was this year. September 2014.
See?
Producer Reese says.
Wasn't this year.
I guess you were right. It must have been another year.
It was another year. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It was less than a year ago, though.
Oh.
It's very recent.
This
I wonder how old she was. You can never tell because...
she had a lot of surgery.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery.
Plastic.
Plastic.
And
where Dan's from, they say plastic and famas.
The Botox. And
the
so
Botox.
The Botox.
I don't understand
This is out of control right now.
I don't want to move my forehead. Here, take this injection.
I want to move my forehead here.
No, I don't want to move my forehead. Here.
Yeah, I heard what you heard.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so
I
weird.
want to move my forehead here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the highest quality
What is this?
filler I've ever come across.
Normally we would talk about giveaways and stuff during downtime.
There's no giveaways now.
No,
we reached 600k, that's it.
We tried to do 2 Dragon Laws, and we got an AWP Man of War and a Chatterbox. We gave away a blue steel knife, which we had to raffle like 5 or 6 times because people were not responding in chat, or they had left because the initial person who won wasn't in chat. So then we had to draw multiple times and they weren't in chat. But eventually that ended up going to a subscriber as well, despite it being an open raffle. And then we did the fish gun.
Chatterbox is a really cool skin though. It's the skull one, right?
Yeah.
Where the skull like laughs when you're shooting.
I prefer the tuxedo though, just the plain white one.
I like the Chatterbox as well because it's an awesome idea.
Yeah, exactly. It has a gimmick to it.
Yeah.
Compared to the knives.
It was like it moved everything
space
forward.
Knives.
Yeah, the space knives.
It moved everything forward, so that was good. You mean I don't like the Doppler knives apart from the blue ones, and the ruby M9 is cool. But I think the blue ones.
Is that your watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been playing so much CS where my
you had
arm.
a different watch.
This is my watch.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I bought this in San Francisco in December last year.
All right.
From Macy's. But I've been playing so much CS where my arm's been like on the table like that it kind of hurts it. It's aching a bit. So I took my watch off and I've been like massaging my arm while I'll be commentating because.
Oh.
From where it's been on the corner of the table like this.
Yeah, these tables have like this metal lip.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's painful. It's painful. That's what it is.
Yeah, because at home, on the keyboard, I think I'm like this.
What is that angle?
So it's fine, but here, I don't know. I play differently.
It sounds very uncomfortable.
I know it's fine. I'm used to it. I've always kind of. I think it's because of laptops. Because where I've been playing on, there was a period where I had a Dell XPS laptop and I played on it for a very long time. So I have my keyboard and then I'll just be resting my wrists on the laptop, and then the rest of my arm, because obviously the laptop's higher than the table, will just be kind of in the air or whatever.
In the air.
Yeah.
Suspended.
So that's why I like playing on chiclet keyboards.
You should
I actually played with a wide Mac keyboard for like a year. CS:GO.
Maybe you should try to just put an angle to your keyboard so you can rest your arm a bit.
That's a good point, but the way I play is really, really weird and messed up. Because at home I play on a. Do you know what a bureau is in English?
Yeah.
Okay, I play on a bureau, which has like drawers and stuff. So I can't tuck my legs in to get deep enough onto the table to put my arm on the table because there's all bloody drawers there. So basically, I'm like on the end of the table with my mouse. Like, say this is the end of the table, right? My wrist is like here because I can't go in to put my arm on the table because there's not enough space because my body can't get close enough, basically. So I'm playing like this, basically on the table.
I remember
it's ridiculous.
Because I played with a bureau as well for a very long time, and I got so close so many times to taking out the top middle drawer and cutting off, like sawing off the suspension bits just below it, so that I could more comfortably fit underneath, basically. So we have no news. So apparently, I mean, we were told that power has returned, but had the power really truly been returned, then we would be underway at this point. So I think that Reese is a liar.
Well, Reese's history of deceit, misleading deceit, and I don't know what else. I can't think of any other words right now. But yeah,
he's very sinister as producer Reese.
One thing actually I've struggled with playing from home and playing from here is my mouse and my keyboard, and where my keyboard should be in relation to where my hand is and my mouse. So I think I need to take a picture of how I play at home and then try and replicate the keyboard position here, and then I'll be comfortable.
You could just get a protractor so you can find the degrees of your arm and get... You laugh, but Flash did this. He popularized this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
Flash
not
doing
this.
this.
He didn't even use a protractor though. He wasn't that. You can be in more next level than Flash. Use a protractor. Flash just used a ruler to measure the distances.
Yeah, but that was only like mentally. It wouldn't affect his game at all. It's only like it's.
I just need a picture, so I can see, is the keyboard here, or is it up here, or is it down there? That's enough.
Because as soon as you start thinking about this, you're just gonna like
go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with people who changes resolution or crosshairs. I mean, you can see pros doing this. They can change the crosshair in the middle of the game. The guy I played with in Acer, Venton, he actually had two mice plugged in at the same time, so he could switch in the middle of a game. It's like, oh, I'm gonna use the Death Adder now. It's like, he played with the Death Adder.
That's bananas. One thing I actually realized today was, I don't even know, I haven't checked it yet, but at home I use the Death Adder 2013, and here I use the Death Adder Chroma, but I think they have different sensors in them.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to go 2013 all the way, because I've played with that one for much longer than the Chroma. So, because like, if I streamed yesterday and I got bodied playing with the Chroma, but I feel more comfortable with the 2013 because I've played with it for much longer. So I'm just going to.
You can always replace
the 2013.
You can always take the sensor out of the 2013 and put it into the new one.
I could just use the 2013 though.
Okay. Oh, I mean, if the shape is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's just the bit under your hand changes color.
Yeah, it was an issue I had with a lot of mice as well. Like they like upgrades of models, and then they would change the sensor. It's like a worse sensor, or something like that. Or and then you can't get the old one anymore because it's too old.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get stocked anywhere.
It's just different for me. I don't even know if one is superior to the other, but the difference is enough. That the
difference
consistency is key.
Huge with sensors.
Yeah, I've learned that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people underestimate how much the sensor is. It makes a lot of sense because that's the entire point of the mouse, apart from the shape. The shape is the comfort of using it, but the sensor is the accuracy.
It makes a lot of sense.
But I feel like I'm a lot more confident in my aim now than I was before, because obviously I was playing with inconsistency. But now,
look at him.
But now I'm happier. What are you doing?
It's in finger guns. It's like I made it funny.
Yeah.
Please acknowledge me.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, guys. You get the golf clap. Golf clap.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna play Counter-Strike here today, but then there's no PC, so I can.
I kind of there's just no
PC I was using is just gone
at all for you to play on.
It's completely
just
gone.
a slight problem there. The fact that there's no machine.
All right, we're back into the action here. So we got desi back on the server after that brief delay, and we have an aggressive play from Liquid as well. 2 down long. They did this the previous round, and we can see it is performing marvelously for them. 2 quick entry frags as they make their way forwards down long, and adreN is going to spot also and tag desi down to 16 over by Party. So this is a huge catastrophe for Nihilum. Now, 3 kills. The Liquid could just fall back onto the bomb sites now and just wait.
And desi should have tried to go for the refrag towards long, even though it's really tough to win those duels. If you lose 2 players that early in the round, and you know you have 2 players stuck on long, you just have to force the issue and try to kill them both.
You gotta do something.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way you're gonna come back into the round. So desi should have tried at least, even though it's very unlikely that he would have succeeded.
So there are 35 seconds for the remaining Nihilum players to consider their options, and See, I think they may try to save, but one might go down as there is a flank in the party area. I think from Nitro. Is that Nitro or is that FugLy? It's hard to tell. It is indeed FugLy.
Yeah, I think it's the mixture of save and do damage economically, because Liquid have 5 players alive. That is a little bit ridiculous. Valens standing outside the club like a bouncer there. It's going to get wrecked by FugLy. If you go close to that door, you can hear like club music, I think.
desi managing to save his weapon with 16 HP. And Nihilum's economy will be reset here.
You know, some of the graffiti on this map is a tribute to a German graffiti artist, or 2 German graffiti artists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a true story.
Nice.
That one just on the right there. Anyway, so we've got 1 AK and a bunch of pistols here for Nihilum to try and get something working with. I'm quite curious as to where they will send this AK. It will be desi going towards A. He's heading towards the bogs, as we would call them in sunny England.
What are they trying to do? They just made a long jump, I guess.
They could boost on the balloons.
So I like that Liquid have read the situation very well here. They've decided, okay, they're playing the pistols. We can just stay back on the bomb sites and just let them come to us. Very, very effective, very consistent way to play. But desi is, with that AK, he could do some damage with it. He's got the armor as well. Oh, he had a good angle there. He did get significant damage done to Liquid players, but they will actually survive, and they could yet still live as the round progresses here into another clean one for Liquid potentially, unless sancz and Hiko get something done. But flowsicK will get a kill onto the bomber. Bomb will go down. Hiko will finish off FugLy, pick up the AK and see if he can get an extra kill on his way out, but he cannot get it done. 10-2, and Liquid still have loads of money.
And already double digits here for Liquid. And did desi just buy a Deagle armor?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I guess there's some kind of...
They've done a lot of weird buys. I think desi has committed them to loads of weird buys.
I actually think they might be fighting with each other about the situation, and this is just maybe he's pissed off. I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense for him to buy Deagle armor in this position.
Well, they've made their way onto part of the site. First frag's going to go the way of the CTs. Indeed, the second one will as well. flowsicK still by the barrel area. He's kind of stuck there, but the flank coming in just in time. Nitro from the back. Only 1 frag for Nihilum. And I mean, what is there to say at this point? It's 11-2.
Well, it's more than one time now that we've seen a very weird buy from Nihilum in a spot where they should save, and then they keep committing themselves to these half buys and forced buys where they have maybe rifles, but they don't have any grenades. Then they try to play a picking game versus Waru team's Liquid, who they will never let. They will always punish that basically, because you can't take positions properly without the grenades on this map as the T's. You can't execute onto B, you can't flush them out of positions towards A, and you have to rely on an overwhelming skill difference basically, and that's not present against Liquid. So
I called a 13-2. I called a 12-3. Threat called a 13-2. Which one is it going to be?
I think he called a 14-1 actually.
He called a 14-1 or a 13-2.
14-1. But it was to emphasize the point that the way Nihilum were continuing, it was unlikely that
wait. What did Reese just... Okay, desi reconnected. Did Valens reconnect as well? Because that would explain why...
No, Valens...
No, he's got 14 deaths, so...
Yeah, if Valens dies this round, he've died every single round this half, and... 0 kills, 0 assists.
Did it reset? Did it restore the kills as well? So they both have 14 deaths and 0 kills. That is interesting. Again, it is like for the playstyle they're trying to employ. This is possibly the worst map to do it on.
Yeah, we talked about this before the game as well. You need executes and you need better team play to actually push the sites. And that's why Liquid is playing so defensive. They don't need to push the play aggressive on A or play aggressive towards yours. They can just wait for Nihilum because they don't have any executes.
In a way, against a reasonable team on the CT side, you might say that this kind of exposes how bad your T side is.
Yeah, I really like what Ray just said, actually. There is a lot of spots where teams try to do too much, or when something's working, they don't realize that actually you don't have to try to get ahead of your opponent countering what you're doing. A lot of times, a team will be struggling with your basics, and they just won't be able to overcome it. So you should just do what, stick to what's working until that they prove otherwise that it's not going to work anymore. And I mean, here we're going to get some good entries from Nihilum. They actually get a favorable situation. adreN is the last one standing with the AWP. Can he save this one for Liquids? We're about to find out as the AWP comes in, very exposed to 5-7. Might just get a quick kill there, very close, but no dice there for him. As indeed the 12-3 will come out in favor of Liquids.
I am the 12-3 Jesus when it comes to Overpass.
But yeah, I actually would expect Liquid, because Liquid have a much more international focus. That the play I was talking about, where as a CTs, you try to smoke off the tunnel by sewers and also try to push it as CTs to basically hurt the ability for the T side to go for a strong execute is needless against this team. And it's something that they probably would realize, because I would imagine that Liquid should have that play in their repertoire. And it is quite standard.
Yeah, exactly, because then they just risk getting aim duels in sewers.
Really smart, actually, by Liquids.
Right, so sancz trying to get that early info for his team, but he hasn't spotted the play to his left, and indeed that play to his left will find a trade. Nitro taking down sancz now. That's going to be a blind Nihilum. They haven't seen the bomb, so they will not have much of an idea as to what might be going on. That said, they've gone aggressive sewers here, and they're pushing through. desi hunting for the information. Simple tap onto flowsicK, who seems unprepared despite holding the angle. I guess he was looking through monster. That would have been a bit of a surprise, and that will give Nihilum a bit of an advantage here, as that is significant info, and that will allow them to put the numbers towards A.
Yeah, so 4-2 is going to be very difficult for Liquid, of course, with 3 players there. They can't even get a favorable engagement, let alone an even engagement into that bomb site, so they're going to have to come out with some pretty huge kills. EliGE and Nitro are very good players though, and the entries will start to happen for them. 2 quick entries. However, EliGE is the last man standing in 1 and 2. He can get another one-on-one though if he's really quick, if he's really smart, but he's going to have to go for the plant, it would seem, as he is going to drop that bomb. And valens and desi are going to attack both at once, and valens gets the one-on-one. He'll win the duel, and he'll get the defuse as well. But Liquid, I would be very afraid if I were Nihilum against a Liquid force buy into the B. Into an execute into B or something.
He gets the impact frags.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They should be able to do a B execute here. Tech 9 and Nate. Yeah, this is very, very nice from them.
This is actually cool because a lot of people will be, oh, they got the bomb down, they can save and then buy out fully. But this is actually stronger. If you have the execute, you should do it in a spot like this, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. Especially on a map like Overpass.
Well, let's see what the plan is from Liquid. Commonly you see some B executes with Molotovs and so on, but they're going to go for the presence towards A, towards the toilets. Not picking up the rifles just yet, despite getting the 2 frags. There it is, an M4 and a adreN. And the second gun not being acquired yet from the T's. Seems they're moving back towards B as the rotation has been forced towards A. Valenzo in an important position, going to send FugLy into another dimension. Trade coming in from flowsicK now, and there's a good opportunity for Liquid to take the site and get a plant in.
Yeah, I love this rotate back towards B. It makes a lot of sense because the A site is either heavily enforced or just much harder to take away. And now they've got a 2-on-2 situation, so this has worked out for them. They should be able to get able to get this bomb planted as well. So this is going to be a victory when the bomb goes down, regardless of what happens. But can they overcome desi with the P90 here? He's in a very sneaky position in jungle, and he's going to get the frag onto flowsicK. Now, this is unfortunate that that happened before the bomb could go down, because now adreN, he's going to he's actually going to get a key Molotov there, and he will get the plant. But will he get taken out? Surely there's a player pushing him straight away from the left side. He gets the first one on the right. desi was stuck behind the Molotov, so this is actually working out for adreN at the moment. Is he going to run all the way around to Monster? No, he's just going to stay put by short, and desi does not have a kit. Now adreN, he cannot know this, but it is a distinct possibility he's got to be thinking about, and he is playing this so smart. He's forcing desi to go deep here, and he's going to take the duel at his leisure, and he's going to get the kill. Very nicely done by adreN.
Yeah, and the key thing was, as you pointed out earlier, that Liquid didn't commit to the A site after they killed SEMPHIS in tournaments. A lot of teams would have committed to the A site in that position. Instead, they just fall back, they take connector, and then they have the option to push B, which they did, but they could have easily fallen back to A once again. It's much better to do that.
So, advantage Liquid, 3 rounds away from victory here, and I do believe that this map win would secure them to LAN as well. I'll get confirmation of that a bit later on. So valens jumping up, valens getting slammed down by EliGE. adreN getting taken down by the 5-7 of sancz, and Hiko was undetected and has managed to get a frag and get away for now. Only SEMPHIS and Hiko remaining. No guns picked up by the remaining CTs, although Hiko's now found a scout. And they've got it to use as well. Frag onto Nitro. No kit here on the CTs. And only Hiko will remain. Going to go for the fake, try and force the issue between these two players. Ooh, got himself a tag, but flowsicK surviving on 2 HP will get the headshot.
Yeah, 14-4, and Liquid look like they are just way better at Overpass, just in every way at the moment.
Yeah, how do you come back from this position? They have to force by, obviously, Nihilum.
But I think this is part of the issue with how they're playing against these teams and not going for proper Counter-Strike players. That how much practice are they getting playing maps properly? But compared to Liquid, who you know are putting the time in, and it has been showing in recent months since they came to FACEIT LAN basically, and I think it was, did it go to Gfinity afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah. Since then, look much improved.
Yeah, definitely. They've been putting in a lot of work. It's really good to see. And of course, Liquid are definitely a team that is trying to play the best Counter-Strike, and it's definitely showing a lot of good decision-making coming out from them, and definitely looking a lot more solid here. And they're about to claim themselves their match point, and or about to get themselves 2 match points. There you go. Hiko will go down. So 15-4, and this looks to be a fast one indeed. This was the choice of Liquid, in fairness. It was their home map choice, but having a deep map pool is an incredibly important quality if you want to be a top level team.
So, possibly the last stand for the CT side now. It's going to have 1 rifle and 4 pistols. They've opted for a bunch of nades though. We'll see if they can put them to good use. Team Liquid going for a super fast play, and they've got the running Molotovs as well, which again we haven't seen really since the Danish MyXMG side with these kind of executes. But still the frags go the way of Nihilum to start. 2 frags, Hiko and SEMPHIS coming in. desi getting taken down by flowsicK, and flowsicK looking for the flank now, and there it is. SEMPHIS going to get taken down immediately. So 3 versus 3. Still only the 1 rifle on the CTs.
Yeah, so interesting position for Liquid. They didn't get the bomb site immediately, but they've got a minute left and a 3-on-3. So it's actually still a spot where it should be quite favorable for them, as Nihilum have to split up. And they're going to make their way into connectors, see if they can pick up any CTs on the way, just trade into anybody. And they do leave a player in sewers as well, so they can always double back if they want, depending on what information they get, or if that sewers player can actually cut off a CT that's trying to go proactive for information.
And it's very good that they just wait, just take control of connector, just, okay, are they gonna flank us to gain information? No, because we have control of connector, and then you make a decision after 30 seconds, so Nihilum will be forced to worse decisions.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be an A. Only 18 seconds remain for Liquid to get a plant, and valens coming in from Optimus, finding a frag. 2 more frags, very quick succession for Nihilum. Then they are not out of this just yet.
And Liquid will be able to buy, they can drop an AK. And let's see if they decide to go for the fast B play again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just do a default here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty strained for Nihilum, as
EliGE accidentally bought a sword off, and he dropped it in spawn.
oh wow, not a fan of JW, I guess. JW has been
interesting.
making
It can be
headway with that gun.
Can be useful in the sewer area around shorts B, because they are very close quarters engagements. We've got a boost from the CTs actually. I think they're looking through there, basically, which is what I was going to say. Got to shoot the glass though, otherwise it will reduce the damage done by your bullets. That can be the difference between the frag and otherwise. Liquid, though, knowing their angles, adreN coming in with the frag, they're onto SEMPHIS.
Yeah, we're going to see sancz actually able to take down EliGE. Of course, they know he's there due to the fact that a player was standing on his head to be on that angle where adreN made the pick. And sancz is still holding the position, trying to get extra kills, and he's going to take down adreN. That's a really, really important one, and a nice risk to take from sancz position. Now, he can fall back onto the bomb site now that they've secured a 4 versus 3 situation. Nihilum looking good to be able to take this round. They got a player in sewers as well who can try to spot the positioning of the T players. Now, Liquid are just holding in connector at the moment, and they're looking for Nihilum to make the move first, to make the mistake.
There it is, open sesame. Nitro taking down desi, bit of team damage maybe. Nitro surviving with 1 HP. That's an important smoke to cancel that Molotov, which should allow the plant to go down. sancz with the flank, leaving only 2 Liquid players remaining. Make that 1. Just FugLy versus the rest of North America now. There's the first frag for him, but he's got to try and find a trade fragger before they position with the flank onto Monster. Won't be necessary. Hiko finding FugLy, winning the duel there. And taking Nihilum to 6. 9 rounds behind.
And Liquid should just go for a full eco here. Let's see what they decide to do. Looks like they're... I hope we don't see any Kevlars. We see 1 Kevlar there on FugLy. I mean, sure, you can put some pressure on them, so Nihilum's buy in the next round will be weaker, but I don't know, it still feels better to just go for the full eco in this position.
So, they'll opt for 3 sets of Kevlar helmets onto FugLy, P250s and Tech 9s. Going to try and close the distance in toilets. Trades coming in straight away. SEMPHIS finding 2 though, that's going to be a good advantage for the Nihilum side. He will eventually be traded upon to boots. Now this position from sancz and long will be important in terms of bomb planting going on. EliGE getting taken down immediately. Just down to Nitro to do something. He's picked up an M4. And he's holding from toilets at the moment. And now he's dead.
Yeah, but we will see a big buy come from Liquid. And they did get 2 quick kills there as well from the little buy that they did. And they bought to keep the pressure up. And again, it does seem fairly needless being so far ahead. But we will see the full buy from them this round, regardless. Now, how do they approach it? That's the question. We've seen from this position they go for fast rounds sometimes into B, or sometimes they go for the slower kind of default play. There's a lot of, for them to work with. It's coming from their repertoire, from their playbook. And we will see, I think, what should end up being a B play. The bomb is actually, of course, in the playground area, and there's 2 CTs from Nihilum actually thinking about the long push. There's one falling back now that I think it is, yeah, it's SEMPHIS who's secured in a forward position A-long, so he can get the flank on. It's very important that SEMPHIS finds a good timing for this flank.
Yeah, it's similar to how Na'Vi use Edward sometimes. But generally they have a smoke there as well, and sometimes someone's there, sometimes no one's there. Just makes the T's wonder. See what Nihilum can do with this, if anything. Again, the position continues to slowly advance, but here it is, the funnel. Liquid pushing through Monster with 4 men, leaving only FugLy on short. They have to go force himself forward because of the Molotov that valens threw down, and valens caught the smoke out. And that's going to allow Nitro to get not 1 but 2 frags here. EliGE getting the Molotov onto the balcony area, so Liquid looking solid at the moment. Bomb has been planted as well.
It's looking like it's all on SEMPHIS. At the moment, he's got to get 5 kills. And he's going to get eliminated straight away. So 16-7, I think the story is very clear. Liquid is their home map. They're a much better Overpass team.
Yeah, I completely agree. You can just see how much Nihilum struggled as T on this map. That combined with doing all this force fight,
yeah,
they look unprepared for the T side. But again, that's why I keep calling 13-2 halves, because many teams I feel are unprepared for the T side of Overpass at the moment. It requires a lot of drills because it's a hard map for Ts.
It's actually a map. I mean, every map requires good mid-round calling, but there's a lot you can do moving in between. Like if you take map control correctly as a Ts, so a lot of the mid-round calls can have a really huge impact, I think, on that map, because you can do so much with the rotations towards sewers, and you can do so much with like kind of half executes and fakes. It's all very possible. It's actually a very cool map. Initially, when the map came out, I wasn't so sure about it, and then later on, I was like, okay, I can see why people like to play this map, and it has these like cool, unique elements. And then now I'm like a really big fan of the map. Actually, now teams are working out how to play it better. We're getting much better quality games. It's a really good map, actually. Do you guys have any additional thoughts, as that was the last match to close out the stream today?
I think from a pugging point of view, Overpass is a horrific map to play on the team side.
Yeah.
Horrific.
It's like train in that way.
Yeah.
It's just completely random when you play it.
I think it's
in a pug.
worse. On the T side, it's just horrible. Unless you got the skills like threat. I don't have the skills like threat.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like,
it sucks.
Like, you can't do proper executes.
Can't do anything
with mixes or pugs.
No.
So that's like you're missing like half of the game from the T side perspective.
Yeah, but I mean that's like every map, but so much more so on Overpass.
Yeah, that's why you got to play Team Counter-Strike. Got to get a team and play the real Counter-Strikes.
Do it.
Alright, guys, we'll leave you on that note. So if you are from North America, I'm sure you'll have no trouble at all finding a game at this time of night. And I hope you enjoy any games of Counter-Strike you do play after the stream. And I hope you enjoy the games here tonight as well. We'll be live tomorrow with more North America, so stay tuned, follow the channel. And that is all from me, James, and threat for now. See you tomorrow.